We're back. What is up, guys? We are back, finally, with a Run Disney update.
Yay! We're celebrating!
We are celebrating because in-person races are returning, starting with Wine and Dine, which was a bit of a surprise for a lot of people.
Yeah, I was totally surprised that they brought Wine and Dine back. I would have bet money on maybe it being virtual but not in person, and here I am. They're doing Wine and Dine in person. It's crazy.
I was kind of 50-50 on it, only because they hadn't said anything about it. And I feel like if they were going to make it virtual, they would have
already
just done it.
Yeah, so earlier today, Run Disney, well, first, funnily enough, they updated their website and had all new dates and registration dates and all of that stuff. And then about 2 hours later, they actually made an actual announcement that races were back.
But we're going to kind of talk about the events, the dates, what we know about them so far, along with a couple changes that they've also kind of snuck in there, if you were paying attention. First up is Wine and Dine. Wine and Dine is going to take place November 4th through the 7th. Typical weekend for Wine and Dine. They are keeping the villains theme that they did for the virtual Wine and Dine last year, and they very lazily took the exact same themes and just switched the races.
Honestly, I think part of that is they're trying to shoehorn villains into Wine and Dine, so they're like, what villains are somehow related to food, and I don't think there's that many of them out there, and so they have to kind of keep the same ones. I could go on a whole rant about how I don't think it is really representing Wine and Dine weekend anymore, that theme, but you know, it's still a race weekend. It's near Halloween, so the villains make sense for that. I am kind of mourning the Wine and Dine that used to be.
If I'm correct, I believe next year will be the 40th anniversary of Epcot, so hopefully we can see a theme around that rather than villains.
I would love if they did like an Epcot icon theme. That would be so cool.
Yes, but back to this year. The kids race is Captain Hook theme. 5K is the Evil Queen. The 10K is Nightmare Before Christmas. The half is Yzma. And the challenge is Ursula. Like I said, they just took last year's themes and they just mixed them around. Nothing that shocking there.
And I think it makes sense. I mean, people like villains. People have literally been asking for a villains themed race for a really long time. So I think the theme will do well for them.
Couple things that are staying for Wine and Dine. First off, the big one, the after hours party is coming back. If you register for the half or the challenge, you get your ticket included. Otherwise, the ticket is, I think, $89 additionally. Also, the $15 gift card that is included with the half or the challenge is also coming back for this event.
Starting with this weekend, and according to them, the rest of the weekends that they do, they're also going to include a virtual race option with each weekend, which is kind of cool for people who can't come down. They get the same medal, same shirts.
Yeah, I think they definitely finally realized that there was a market there that they could capitalize on, and people have been asking for this for years, just their ability to get the medal without spending the money to participate in the race and making a whole trip of it, because it is expensive. So I would understand why people would want that and why that will probably do pretty well for them. I definitely think we will see this continue pretty much from now on, to be honest.
Wine and Dine particularly, people are seeing a lot of sold out hotels for Wine and Dine weekend particularly. So if you're interested in any of these weekends, if you're planning on registering for any of these weekends, particularly Wine and Dine, like, you probably want to go ahead and jump on that.
Absolutely, we went ahead and got our room all situated for that as well, just in case. If you don't have a room yet, I would get on it.
Yep.
So regular registration for Wine and Dine opens July 13th. However, if you are a Club Run Disney member, you can register early on July 6th.
And I believe that is gold and platinum can register early.
Correct.
I don't think that lowest level can.
And also notably, there is no DVC or pass holder early registration. Not a huge shocker for pass holders, since currently you cannot buy passes. However, still kind of a bummer. And I'm a little bit peeved about that.
Yep, and I wouldn't be surprised if they do not bring that back.
Moving on to Marathon Weekend. Marathon Weekend is happening January 5th to 9th. That is still the usual weekend we could have predicted for that. It still features classic characters. These are probably going to be the same themes as Marathon Weekend was last year. They have a little bit of artwork. It's a very similar style. It's kind of the classic characters running across, and it's got a painted background, very close to what the 2021 looked like. In fact, some of the character art is the same with different colored clothing. If this is the same, you're going to see the kids race being Chip and Dale themed. The 5K is going to be Pluto. The 10K is going to be Oswald. The half marathon will be Donald and Daisy. The full will be Mickey and Minnie, and then you will have the Goofy Challenge and the Dopey Challenge as well. So general registration opens July 27th, with the Club Run Disney registration opening July 20th. Other than that, not a lot of noteworthy changes to this event so far. Seems to be pretty much the same there on out, no new information. I would love to see this maybe get like a 50th anniversary reskin. Obviously, we have not seen medals or anything yet, so I think that's definitely a good possibility.
Yeah, I think that'd be really cool. When they did the Disneyland 60th race, they really embraced the 60th year theme, so I think it would be cool if they did that for this as well.
The Princess Half Marathon Weekend will be taking place February 24th to the 27th. General registration opens August 24th, with Club Run Disney registration opening the 17th. They do have a banner with some characters out for this. They don't specify currently which characters are going to be what race. This is also that pretty much same style artwork that they've used the last 2 years now actually for this event. So I don't know if we're going to see any cool 50th reskin or not for this. Currently, the characters involved look to be Mulan, Cinderella, Moana, and Tiana. Some of those are characters that were also used last year, so it's very possible that they may just switch around again what races they're going to be used for.
I'm very excited about the characters, though. Some of these characters have been at weekends I've done, but I haven't done their race. Some of them are from weekends I didn't do, so I'm really excited. I think it's going to be really cool.
Yes, I'm definitely hoping Moana gets either like the half or the challenge theme. I think that would be pretty cool.
Yeah. So another thing that they're doing new for Princess this year is they are selling a sunrise yoga morning, the very first morning. If you go and read about it, it kind of looks kind of cool. I think it's like $95, but it is morning sunrise yoga in front of Cinderella's castle. So you get to go into Magic Kingdom before the sun rises, and you have a professional lead you in yoga. It's new, it's different. I think it's kind of cool.
Yeah, definitely kind of cool. This is actually something that they currently do with cast members occasionally.
I don't think we're going to do it, but I think it's a really cool option, and I think some people are like really going to enjoy it.
Yeah, definitely something cool and different though. I appreciate them trying something new and adding something new for sure. Now for the event that I think we're both very excited for, but know absolutely nothing about. I was pretty close to one of my predictions for what I thought was going to happen with this. This is the event that's taking the place of Star Wars Ravel Run Weekend. As they announced previously, they killed that event, sadly ended it.
And we loved that event, so we were sad to see it go, but I'm actually pretty excited about what's replacing it.
Yes, we have a new inaugural race. So the springtime event is going to be the Springtime Surprise Weekend, which basically said we could not come up with a good enough theme to keep going for every year. So this is going to be kind of a mixed variety weekend. I'm sure we will eventually see like themes after, movies that are upcoming or just released, that sort of thing. It's possible that this might be the race weekend that gets like the 50th theme. It's kind of just a mixed bag of what you're going to get.
Yeah, it was very interesting because it said a surprise theme, but it also said various distances. So a lot of people are like, are they going to do the standard 5, 10, half? Are they going to do something where they do another half full combo? Like it really is, it's not clear right now, but it seems like it might be something very new and different.
The biggest change to this weekend itself, besides for the theme, is the weekend date has changed. It is now taking place March 31st to April 3rd. This is cool. It's fun to have something new and exciting to look forward to. Again, new things and also something inaugural.
Yeah, and if the artwork that they used is any indication for kind of the themings they might pick, I mean, the art that they have on the banner is really beautiful. It has different park icons, it has a Mickey Mouse, it has a Goofy, it has Mary Blair. So who knows? It could be, you know, something that's very appealing to the park nerds in all of us.
If you noticed under event information, all of these events now post a 5 a.m. start time. I'm pretty sure this means that they are going to be starting the races at 5 a.m. now rather than 5:30. So now instead of having to be at the buses by 3 a.m., you're gonna have to be there by 2:30 a.m. So we will have fun with that. This does just help them relieve traffic because they do have to close the roads and whatnot. We saw them test this out with Marathon Weekend for the marathon. I'm sure that this will just make it easier for them moving forward for planning these events.
Another thing to note in the announcements that they released today is in several places they had notes that due to, you know, the slow reopening of things post-COVID and things are subject to change. Different aspects of races that we've seen in the past may not come back right away. So this first year back might be a little different than we have experienced before.
Yes, they do currently have a page on the Run Disney website, and the races all link to that page saying what their current adjustments are. Right now it just says there's going to be adjustments. It doesn't have anything official for what's going to be happening with your meet and greets and the different entertainment on course. They do still say that's all going to be there, but it's very possible that we will see a more social distance interaction, kind of like what we see in the parks right now.
Another big change that a lot of people noticed is the proof of time requirements have changed. Now it is at a even 2 hours. So in order to present a proof of time and get a guaranteed corral at a half marathon, you'll need to provide a previous half marathon you ran in 2 hours or less.
That time period is 2 years from the time that proof of time is due.
So this indicates that there may be some changes in the corrals and in just the structure of how they set up the race to start. Another thing that's going to be new that we haven't experienced before is Club Run Disney's guaranteed corrals are going to start being used. With the shutdowns and the canceled races, we never actually got to experience a race in which those corrals were used. This will be, you know, the first year we see that. So the corrals are probably gonna, you know, shake out a little differently than we are used to.
We will probably see proof of time corrals being corral A, B, and C this year. It used to go back to, I believe, D or E. It looks like they're just trimming that down and making it just a very small, narrow group right now. It is possible maybe there'll be like a corral D depending on the size. Not 100% sure. I'm just speculating.
Yep. And I think they're probably changing the corrals, especially at Wine and Dine, in response to, you know, social distancing and just, a little extra cautious with things like that. So that could play into it as well. I'm sure they have a plan and we just don't know that yet.
Another potential change that we are not sure what's going on is the package option. In the past, you could actually register for most Run Disney events early. Typically, registration would actually open at the last event. So if you wanted to register for Marathon and you wanted to do it through a package, you could do it at the previous year's Marathon weekend. Currently, there is no packages available through travel agents or through Disney, and there is a lot of hearsay about whether or not these packages are coming back or not. I've heard both ways. So really, we do not know yet. But currently, you cannot book packages.
That's up in the air. Keep in mind, we're filming this on the day of the announcement. So hopefully these questions will be answered soon.
Yep.
Another thing that is also up in the air that we haven't heard a definite yes or no on is packages available through charities. That's also up in the air right now. I'll just emphasize again for all of these weekends, if you know that you want to attend and you know that you're going to be ready to register on the day of registration, I would go ahead and book rooms. It's going to go fast. One good thing to keep in mind is that there's some resorts that aren't taking reservations right now because they're still closed. So if you don't get your room, keep an eye on those.
Yep, like I said, we already went and we booked rooms for all the weekends except springtime currently.
But we will.
Yes, we will. We were able to get kind of the rooms that we want. I think we booked Pop for Now for all of these just because it was available.
Well, and then for Princess, my lovely sister Amy is going to finally be able to come down and do her first in-person Disney race, like a real one, not a virtual. And I believe we are actually going to stay at the Contemporary.
That is right. I almost forgot about that, and that is very excited. We like staying over on that monorail loop for race weekends. It can make getting over to Epcot very easy.
Yes. And she wanted to eat at Chef Mickey's the day after the half, and I said, well, we got to be at Contemporary for that.
Now we do have to hope that the Epcot monorail opens back up.
Yes, that is a very important part of my plan.
Yep.
Should we share what races we're planning on doing?
Yeah, we can do that.
So I think if we do Wine and Dine, I think we're probably in for the challenge.
In for the challenge.
Yeah.
Challenge or bust.
Yeah, challenge or bust for that. What are you planning on for Marathon Weekend?
For Marathon Weekend, I am leaning towards Dopey.
Oh, please don't do Dopey.
Why?
Because when you do Dopey, I want to do Dopey, and I'm not ready to do Dopey yet.
I really just don't want to run one race.
Well, I think he should do Goofy. If anyone agrees with me, leave it in the comments that you should do Goofy.
And what are you thinking about doing?
I am thinking about doing my first marathon. Yay! I'm very, very, very excited and hyped up and have a lot of adrenaline about these races coming back, and I think it might be giving me the push I need to finally commit to doing the marathon. Amy, please don't be mad at me. I can't wait till 2024.
Other than that, I think Princess and Surprise Weekend won't be that much of a surprise for us. Most likely challenges.
Yes, I think Princess, we're definitely doing the challenge. That is what my sister is doing, and we wanted to do those together with her. And then Springtime Surprise, we really don't know because we don't know what the races are going to be. But if they offer a challenge, it's fair to say that we'll do the challenge.
I think that's going to be 5K, 10K, half. It's the easiest format for them to do races.
Yeah, I don't see why they would change it.
Surprise us with like a Tower of Terror 10K type of thing, or 10-miler.
Or a 15K. That's a really nice distance to run. I would love to do a 15K.
I just think they have the current courses and distances, so wash, rinse, repeat, that they're probably not going to look to change them.
Yeah, the surprise is going to be we can pick whatever theme we want every year. Yep. And make it easier for us.
Yep. Well, we are so excited to be back bringing you guys Run Disney content. Definitely look for some more coming up in the future, maybe even kickstarting some of our Run Disney 101 series. If you haven't watched that and this is going to be one of your first events coming up, make sure to go and check that out. We have a whole series about how to run Disney, as well as tons of different vlogs and videos from all the different races that we've done.
Yep, and I might be sharing some trials and tribulations for training for a full marathon.
Thank you guys so much for watching. We, again, look forward to making more Run Disney content and seeing you guys at the races, because that's like one of our favorite things is meeting people who actually watch our videos.
Yes!
Which is not a ton of people, but that's okay.
Maybe one day.
Maybe one day. It's whatever.
All right, well, cheers to you. Cheers to Run Disney. Let's hit the road.
Bye, guys. Thanks for watching, guys. We hope you enjoyed the video. Like we said, we have a ton of other Run Disney content on our channel. Make sure to check that out. And if you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, subscribe, ring the bell, do all of that fun YouTube-y jazz, and we will see you at Wine and Dine.